Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For our radio audience tuning in at WYED 94.1 FM and WYEDonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also tuning into our online affiliates around the world, thanks to iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. We're glad you all could be with us as well. We talk about all the time about the importance of not only pursuing your passion, but also the rewards that can come from doing that. Our next guest definitely knows all about that. We're excited to welcome Candace Frazier to our broadcast today. You guys know her, though, as Candace The Corporation. We're going to talk to her not only about what it's been like for her to build her business and her brand, but also to be able to motivate, inspire, and educate people along the way. If you guys are not staying connected with Candace, we'll let you guys know how to stay connected with her and all the great things that she's doing. Candace, thank you again for dropping by. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, the pleasure's definitely all mine, Candace. So, Candace, you have been able to do a lot of things that are not only making an impact in the lives of others, but also reminding people of what's possible, which for me is so important. What has that been like for you? I know you stay busy, but what has it been like for you to kind of step back and to think about all the great things that you've been able to do?
Well, when I step back and think about it, I honestly, with my perfectionism, I just want to do more. I want to do more to help the community. I want to do more to help people that remind me of myself and how I got started so that I can make a greater impact on the world.
Got you. Well, I think, people who look at you right now, Candace, will say, wow, I've always wanted to do this. I always wanted to do that. And she's actually doing it. And I was saying to you before we went live here that a lot of people who may have great intentions, but the actions don't always match. So I want to ask you, have you always been a person that not only saw a problem, but wanted to be a part of the solution for it?
Well, yes, I have. A lot of the things that I do in the services that I offer through the corporation, those were things that came naturally to me. And the other things, they actually were how I was able to fulfill some of the needs that I needed to meet for my personal life. And then once I learned how to do those things, I wanted to teach others how to do those things as well so that they could reach their goals in their personal lives.
Yeah. And I think that aspect of teaching is something that definitely comes through, and you've been able to make it fun as well. I mean, you're utilizing the platforms that all of us are on. I noticed when I was prepping for this segment, Candace, of course, you're using social media, being able to, show your personality, but also to show your expertise. What has that been like for you to reach people where they are and to be able to connect with them to show them what they can do?
It's been a very rewarding experience, and I'm also thankful that social media reaches such a broad audience because more people are able to see the things that I can do, and I can help more people through those audiences.
Yeah. Do you still have those wow moments, Candace, when you kind of think about it all, though? I mean, because you have, over, a dozen LLCs that you've been able to start and to use to be of service to the communities throughout the state of Mississippi. Do you still have those moments where you say, wow, I actually did it?
Well, absolutely. I do have those moments, and my children do as well, because not only was I able to do these things, I'm still working on doing greater things, but I'm also doing it as a single mother of 4. And sometimes even my oldest child comes and says, Mama, I just don't know how you did it, but they're thankful that I did it. And so there's so much more and so much greater things to come. And I think after I accomplish all of my goals with myself and my businesses, then I have more of those moments to sit back and just say, wow.
Gotcha. Love that. So I want to talk about some of what you've been able to do. And one of the things that really caught my attention, Candace, to be honest with you, is what you've been able to do when it comes to financial literacy. It is so important. I tell people I love my home state of Mississippi, but we find ourselves on the top of all the wrong lists. And I really believe that financial literacy is one of those big things that we really need, and that's one of the things that you've been able to help people with. Why was that important for you?
Well, like I said previously, it was something that I struggled with. I grew when I was growing up. I didn't have any guides on that, as well as other things. And so once I became an adult and I wanted to get my life in order, there were certain things that I had to do, certain things that I had to study to understand, as far as finances and insurance and taxes and all that goes. And then once I learned those things, I was able to teach others, and I was able to help others with their same needs in those same arenas. And so the LLC that specializes in the financial literacy segment within the corporation is called On Weekends We Build. And the name signifies, like I said, I built it in order to help people that reminded me of myself, some single parents. And, usually we're working Monday through Friday, but on weekends we have time to sit back, and instead of relaxing, we can actually build something greater for the generations to come and our descendants.
Love that. Such a great point, and such a great thing to be able to think about. You mentioned, of course, your own children, and it seems like one of the big things that you're very big on is getting people to think about the generational aspect of what they're doing. And I think a lot of times we don't think about that because we're so busy trying to take care of ourselves. Do you find that your own family, Candace, is a part of the why of why you work so hard?
Absolutely. My children and my family are the reason why I started. And then once I was able to get us under wraps, just wanted to help other people, other single parents, other children, other people that reminded me of me to, get started on that same generational wealth track. That's what keeps me going. And
that is what also is now helping other people. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're listening to Conversations Live here on the Max WYAD 94.1 FM here in Mississippi, but also online around the world thanks to our podcast at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. We're speaking today with Candace Frazier. You guys know, of course, as Candace The Corporation. We're talking with her not only about her journey to be able to make a difference in the lives of others, but also, of course, to show other people what's possible. I want to talk about those you've been able to work with, Candace. What has it been like for you to hear from people about what you've shared for them or what you've done for them has helped them in their lives?
That's the most rewarding part of it. I've had people that have not only taken advantage of one of my services, but several of them. Like I have customers where I have helped their credit so that they could purchase a house or a car, then got them in contact with people that they could buy the house from or buy the car from, then offer them a maid service. We have, under our umbrella in our corporation, we have so many different services that I'm able to help people at several different points in their lives, and that's just been so rewarding, both monetarily and just to my spirit, because it's confirmation that I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah. Do you find that a lot of people don't think about the generational aspect? I mentioned that earlier, but I know one of the things that you do is not only, tax planning and preparation, but also estate planning. Do you think that's one of the things that people don't always think about? I know in our family, it's not until a crisis happens, right? A lot of times you start kind of scramble trying to make sure you have everything in order, that everything's taken care of. Do you think that's one of the things that you've been able to help people to reevaluate the way they think about that?
Here in where we are, a lot of people don't think about it until it's too late. Just luckily within my own lineage, my people, we've always thought about, estate planning and what happens. We always had the mindset to think ahead of time, and a lot of people don't think that way. But once we have a conversation, then they start to think that way as far as estate and tax planning and generational wealth and leaving something tangible for their children.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier and asked you, Candace, about, being able to start something and actually to go for something. But, you do something else, and it's unfortunate that not as many people do this as probably should, is you've made it a point of making sure that you're giving back. Again, not everyone does that. Unfortunately, some people think, hey, I can't help you because I want to make it, and if I help you, I can't make it, which I don't really understand that mindset, but that is the mindset for some people. Have you always known that there's room for everyone, I guess is what I wanted to ask you.
Absolutely. I know that there is room for everyone as far as monetary goes. There's room for everyone to make it. There's enough out here for all of us. And then at the same time, especially in the financial services industry, there are so many people that are just out there trying to get rich, trying to scam people. And I've never been that way. I didn't get into the industry for that reason. So I just don't participate in any of those activities. I remember why I got into the industry, to help others. And so that keeps me on track, knowing why I got into the industry.
Yeah, love that. So I want to talk about 2024. Of course, a lot of us, we're now on the other side of when the pandemic really shut so many things down. What was it like for you to navigate your businesses as we kind of gone through the past few years, Candace?
Over the past couple of years, some businesses were more lucrative than others. during the pandemic, and some reasons other than the pandemic. But what was most important to me was to keep going, regardless of any obstacle or anything that came my way. Even if I had to re-navigate or figure some things out, I was able to keep going, even if it was just one small step at a time. Now, with some businesses, we were able to take big leaps, and some things were just small steps, but we were able to keep going. And so in 2024 and the years to come, we expect that we will continue to keep going and grow and scale each business respectfully.
Love that. So for our audience out there who may be looking at you and saying, wow, I mean, she's been able to do so many great things. I know people probably come up to you probably in person, but also online. What advice do you normally give people, Candace, about the importance of just starting when it comes to an idea they may have or a business they want to start?
I would say that if you wait for the perfect time or to have everything organized and figured out completely, you will never start. Once you have that idea, you research that idea, you research your market, and you go ahead and jump out there. If I had waited until everything was perfect, I still wouldn't be Candace The Corporation today. So if you feel the inkling to start, you pray on it, you move on, and you go ahead and start. And if you need me to help you start, if you don't know what to do to start a business or to go along a financial security journey, feel free to reach out to me. That's something that I specialize in. I love to help people do.
Love that. And it's great to be able to have someone like you who's actually done it, Candace. And the great point that you bring up is that a lot of people, as we said earlier, talk about it, but, I mean, the proof is there when it comes to you and what you've been able to do for sure. Again, everyone, Candace Frazier has been our guest today. We're talking with her not only about her journey, what it's been like for her to do what she loves to make a difference, what it's been like for her to embrace Candace The Corporation, and also impacting lives along the way. So, Candace, I referenced earlier that, I mean, you're pretty easy to find, but let our audience know the best place to be able to find you and connect with you.
If anyone would like to connect with me, you can find me on any social media platform as Candace The Corporation. You can reach me by email at candace@candacethecorporation.com, and you can drop me a line at 601-666-6610.
All right. Is there anything, Candace, coming up that you'd like our audience to know about?
I would like for everyone to know about the national revamp on weekends with the credit and debt management services. Right now, we are running a special for members residents of Mississippi where you can get started for only $29 a month. You can get more information on that service at www.onweekendswebuild.com.
All right, and we'll make sure that we link that up for our audience as well. Again, congratulations to you, Candace. Really appreciate the time today. Glad you could stop by, and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to that talk as well.
All right, sounds great. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's go make today amazing. Take care.